Hello children, happy morning. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are going to discuss about Unit 5 Prose Tech Bloomers. What is the meaning of tech bloomers? Tech means technology. Bloomer means blooming. In today's world, we people are totally depends on technology because we are living in the modern technology world, isn't it? What is technology? Technology has many forms. We include use of materials, tools, techniques and sources of power to make our life easier and more comfortable. Isn't it, children? In each and every aspects of life, we rely on technology. Do you agree? Yes. We can use technology to produce goods or services. Isn't it, children? And then technology impacts the environment, people and the society as a whole. From the first invention, that means the wheel. Wheel is the first invention of human being, isn't it? From that to still now, the technology develops a lot, isn't it? So technology is everywhere. In each and every aspects of our work, we are using technology. Am I right, children? For example, if you take your studies today, you are using mobile phone, tab, lab, computer, isn't it? So your learning process, even in this pandemic situation, continues because of the technology, isn't it? The way we use technology determines of its impacts or positive to the society or negative to the society. So it's a big debate, isn't it? So let us consider the technology in a positive way. Okay, so technology is not only useful for the normal person, but also it is very useful for the disabled person. Okay, children. Now I am going to show you some pictures. Okay, children. You just watch keenly. Let us discuss later. Can you guess about this new technology? Have you come across this type of a glove? Is it a glove? It looks like a glove, but it's not. Can you guess what is this? Is it a robo? Look at this helmet. It's somewhat different, isn't it, children? Can you guess what is this? Yes, this is a hearing aid. What is this, children? Is it a strange image? Yes, looking like a skeleton, isn't it? Children, well, there are many technologies improvised for disabled. Yes, we can call them as differently abled, okay? Okay, let's once again go through the images we have seen. Let's see the first one. This type of gloves translate the hand movements of sign language into speech. It's awesome, isn't it, children? Some students like you invented these gloves. It can translate sign language into speech and text. It's also awesome. Am I right, children? This is very much helpful to the disabled people, especially the people with speech disability. This is a new generation hearing aid. This can be called as cognitive hearing aid. This type of hearing aid filters out the noise and enables the people with hearing disability to hear better. If they use this hearing aid in the noisy environment, They can only hear the conversation which they need. The unwanted noise is filtered out by this hearing aid. See how this hearing aid helps the hearing disability people. It's very useful, isn't it, children? Have you heard about or seen this bionic exoskeleton? It can give the disabled a superhuman strength. The people who have physical disability can wear this and walk like a normal person. How useful, isn't it? So the physical disability person can wear this and walk like a normal person. Next, this is a helmet for the blind. This is typically designed for the blind people to navigate or move freely without the help of the guide or a cane. This helmet locates the obstacles on their way and send signals by using ultrasonic waves to detect an obstacle. This helmet is very useful for visually impaired. That means the blind people in their everyday life and activities. Okay. Technology influences every part of our life. Yes, technology has become important part and parcel of our life. We are unable to say the fact we don't use technology. Children, can we say we don't use technology? No, it's not possible. Actually, the fact is, we are living comfortable in today's life because of technology. Okay, children? Technology plays a vital role, isn't it? Technology empowers the disabled people. Technology helps them to do their work on their own without much help from others. For this, we have seen some pictures, isn't it? Technology makes life easier not only for the normal people but also the differently abled. Children, there are numerous technologies useful for the disabled in this modern technological world. The people with different disabilities like speech disability, hearing disability, visual disability can make use of these technologies to comfort them, to communicate, to hear, speak better than before. Let us move on to the lesson. The lesson elaborates on the advanced technology and its benefits to the differently abled. It is interesting to read how technology has made the life comfortable and easy for the differently able people. Children, have you ever thought the refrigerator can order stuff? Stuff means things. Is it possible the refrigerator can order the stuff by itself? You just imagine, in case something is getting less, for example the tomatoes is going to get less, whether the refrigerator can it order in its own? If it's so, how easy for us, isn't it? Yes, a time will come. The refrigerator can order by its own. In upcoming future, suppose if the fridge connects to an e-commerce website, it can order milk if there is no milk in the fridge. If it's about to be exhausted, that means used up. Exhausted means used up. Ink cartridges self-order replacements. It can replace a new ink cartridge when the current one is about to be used up. Consumable products are commodities. They are replaced when it's exhausted. For example, if the printer need any color of ink, it may order one black, one red, one pink, like that. If it's so, our work will become very easy, isn't it? Children, do you like things to serve you readily? Yes, of course. All of us like to be served by technology. Technology serves us. Technology can be both material and immaterial. What are materials? Materials like home appliances, the things we used. Non-materials like computer software, mobile applications, apps that connects us, people far away from us through voice messages, text messages, video calls, etc. Have you wished that you were better informed? Sometimes we feel too lazy to go and switch on or switch off. You can control entertainment and home things by voice or fingers. You can command your TV to change the program that you are watching. You can, by the touch of your fingers, command the device to do what you like. Managing the entertainments and home appliances by voice command or by swapping the finger is a reality now. But because of this, we became very lazy. Imagine like this, children. In case when you caught in traffic, permit your kettle to prepare tea for you to sip it hot the moment you reach home. All water and energy management can be automated. From the traffic itself, you can command your kettle to prepare tea. Wow, what a great imagination, isn't it? Very amazing. Isn't it, children? Technology, a boon to differently abled. Technology makes a normal person's life easier, but it's a boon to citizens with special needs. According to the 2011 census, 2.21% of Indians are disabled. How many persons? 2.21%. Unlike the developed world, disabled are deprived by attitudinal barriers as they face challenges of inclusion. Yes, for disabled people, their disability is not only a challenge. Their whole life, surviving their whole life is a challenge, isn't it? These type of development in technology helps the disabled people a lot. Now we are going to see about a girl named Alicia. She is affected by cerebral palsy. Children, have you heard about this disease, cerebral palsy? Okay, let us know about that. It is a muscle coordination or other disabilities typically caused by damage to the brain before or at birth. Cerebral palsy is caused by a brain injury or problem that occurs during pregnancy or birth or within the first 2 to 3 years of child's life. It can be caused by problems of premature birth. Have you heard about premature baby? That means too early born, or not getting enough blood, oxygen or other nutrients before or during birth. What are the symptoms of this kind of disease, or how do they experience? It might be difficulty in walking, difficulty with bodily movements, muscle rigidity, problems with coordination, stiff muscles, involuntary movements, paralysis, something difficulty in raising food, swallowing, hearing loss, difficulty in teeth grinding, etc. Now I am going to explain the three main types of cerebral palsy: spastic, athetoid and atasic. This type of cerebral palsy, that is spastic, is caused by a brain injury during the pregnancy or birth. Okay. This condition prevents the normal development of motor function. It's characterized by jerky movements, muscle tightness and joint stiffness. Next, athetoid. It is caused by damage to the developing brain. It is characterized by abnormal involuntary movement. Next, atasic. It affects person's balance, coordination and depth perception. It means incoordination or being without order. This type of cerebral palsy is the least diagnosed type. So we are talking about Alicia, isn't it? So Alicia, she is a cerebral palsied, wanted everyone to know the difference technology has made in her life. So she wanted to express her experience, how the life of her changed by the technology. So typing was impossible for her because of that cerebral palsy. Typing was impossible. But now Dragon Dictate helps her to speak for words on the screen for printing. What is a Dragon Dictate? It is a speech recognition application of Apple's OS. It allows you to speak into word. That means the words will appear exactly where you were about to type them. So instead of typing, you just talk whatever you want to say into your microphone. So whatever you speak, just transformed into a word in that screen. Alicia had a teacher. Now no more who wanted her to do GCSE Maths. What is GCSE? General Certificate of Secondary Education. The exam are taken by most pupils at the end of compulsory school education at the year of 11 in UK. Okay. It sounded silly because she needed help to type. Who? Alicia. But now it's possible. How is it possible for her to type? Only because of the Dragon Dictate. Kim. She is the teacher of Alicia. Kim, assistive technologist. What does mean by assistive? Assistive means providing aid or assistance. It is used by individuals with disabilities or the elderly population. So, Kim learnt about assistive technology. So, she is an assistive technologist. She introduced Dragon Dictate to Alicia. Now, Alicia is doing math GCSE. What is the meaning of GCSE? General Certificate of Secondary Education. Kim gives them the motivation needed for them to aspire the impossible. One can control a computer screen even with the eye gaze. Kim works with all 42 students and helps them use technology in different ways. Kim has opened up the world to many. Kim, with the help of the dragon dictate, changes the life of Alisha. Now we are going to see how Kim, the teacher, transformed David's life. To David, born with athetoid cerebral palsy. I already explained you about this athetoid cerebral palsy. It's a type of a cerebral palsy, isn't it? Technology was vital to be free and independent. For verbal communication, David used a liberator communication device. What is a liberator communication device? It enables non-verbal individuals the opportunity to communicate spontaneously. That means with the eye movements to communicate verbally. See, I have shown you the liberator communication device. So even though he unable to speak or communicate, with the help of his eye movement, he can communicate what he wants to tell. Okay, it had a Bluetooth adapter, and the liberator communication device had a Bluetooth adapter, and it took a couple of weeks to learn using it. Communicating with people was very difficult before. For whom? David. He has an active active controller also in the headrest of his shirt. So what is active? It is a sophisticated technological device with multifaceted functions. It is usually used as a basic device for communication. So in this picture you can see in the headrest of the chair, that is an active controller. Okay, and in his bedroom, to control his TV, Blu-ray and music players, this active controller is used. Okay, with the help of the active controller, he used to control his TV, Blu-ray and music players. He has been interested in augmentative and alternative communication. So nowadays you can see about that augmented graphics, isn't it? Like that. Here he has an interest in augmentative and alternative communication. From his 8 years, he has been using the high-tech communication. Okay. Now David uses an ECO2 with ECO point. It means it is an eye scanning control communicator. With the foot switch. What does it mean a foot switch? The switch which is in his foot switch, he has fixed his gaze on the icon which is required. Okay. David is also a keen sportsman playing football, boccia, hockey and baseball. He is a sports leader and uses his ECO2 linked to an interactive whiteboard to teach PE lessons. PE lessons means physical education lessons. With the help of a ECO2 link, he started to teach physical education lessons. David has 144 icons on the screen and uses them with eye gaze. Now David accesses the curriculum studies for his GCSE, that is General Certificate of Secondary Education. David is also doing GSE and he orders food and has become a confident and competent communicator. David is an advocate for those who wish to communicate. See children, how the technology has changed the life of David. Now, David will use his Echo 2 to speak in complete sentences with correct syntax. What is syntax? It is an arrangement of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in a language. Okay. David also recently working on idioms with his SLT. SLT means speech and language therapy. He also controls his PlayStation. You all know well about PlayStation, isn't it? Then plays MP3 to hear songs, drives his electric wheelchair and uses the Echo Point eye gaze to communicate. Access the computer to check on the progress of Chelsea football team. David will travel to Brazil to work with Olympic opening ceremony team as a part of the remix drama group. Children, now we are going to see about some of the Indian innovations. Let us see first about Lachel shoes. Lachel shoes by Crispian Lawrence. Lachel shoes in English simply translates into take me along. Take me along. The product uses GPS to track down the location through a GPS linked app. By connecting with the Lachel app on your phone, your feet can tell you where to go. Okay, which means it sends the vibration to your soles, thus telling you which turn to take. Okay. 25 years old, Nupura and Janhar have invented Blee Watch, a smartwatch for the hearing impaired. Blee Watch is the first product essentially convey different sounds like doorbell, baby crying, fire alarm, any sound through vibrations and visual alerts. It converts sound waves into vibrations and color codes. So it is very useful for the hearing impaired. We are going to see about iGest. The full form of that is Intelligence Gesture Recognition Device. It was invented by Anil Prabhakar, IITM professor and co-founder of Enability Technologies, created a wearable device tracks for speech impaired who speak now. So it is a wearable gesture to speech device. Okay, it tracks the gestures of the speech impaired people and speaks for them. Okay, this helps the people with speech disorders like cerebral palsy. Can you understand, children? Our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was concerned about the people with disability and along with his team used rocket science for designing an artificial limb weighing just 400 grams, and he feels so happy more than launching a rocket when he discovered this artificial limb. Next we are going to see about the world renowned physicist Stephen Hawking. I think you all know about him, isn't it? Stephen was an English physicist, cosmologist and author who was the director of research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. He was affected by ALS, which means amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It is a type of paralysis attack. He was affected by this paralytic attack over the decades. He is the best example of how assistive technology has helped a talented mind overcome physical impairments and contribute productively to the world. Children, today we discuss about the technology, isn't it? Technology is not only for the normal person, but also it helps a disability people. Technology makes life easier. Kim has shown a new world for the differently abled. World-renowned physicist Stephen Hawking is probably the best example of how assistive technology can transform lives. So, inclusion is possible. Newer technology allows differently able learners to learn collaborative learning. This is indeed the new era of learning, truly learning for all. So, technology plays a vital role in today's life. Hope children, you understood this lesson. Be happy, take care, be safe. So cultivate the habit of reading. Never skip reading. Thank you. Let us all meet in the next session.